Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. It is 9 p.m. here in England and we have just had word, like you've just had word, that the Ryan Gravenberch deal is done, signed, sealed and soon to be delivered, of course. It looks like it's going to be a 10 o'clock announcement from Liverpool. I'm sure it'll be media duties, editing videos, all that type of stuff right now. He signed the contract as first revealed, in this case by Fabrizio Romano, and you can see on my screen right now, just a few minutes ago, he tweeted out Ryan Gravenberch has just signed the new contract, has signed the contract as a new Liverpool player. Apologies. Is everything all right with that, mate? Oh, okay, no problem. So yeah, apologies for that one. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, it looks like it is done. No problem whatsoever there. Liverpool will be announcing it inside the next hour. Romano's just tweeted that. He has also tweeted announcement in almost 1 hour for Ryan Gravenberch as new Liverpool player, statement ready. Ryan has signed as revealed earlier, which was only just a few minutes earlier. So this one is done. Ryan Gravenberch is going to be a Liverpool player. Veronica, thank you very much for the super chat. You sent us £2. Really appreciate that. Max Marks is in here. Finally. Cameron Tilley says, was gutted we didn't sign the lad last year. Hopefully we'll have a boss midfield for 10 years now. And before we do the sign video and we talk about the player and all that type of stuff, everything's changed today, hasn't it? And the world feels like a different place than it did this morning because of this Mo Salah stuff. And, you know, we were all ramped up for getting Ryan Gravenberch done and it's dragged on for far too long, to be honest with you. And we had a panic in the middle of the afternoon or early evening where we did think that it was all linked to the Paulinho deal. And we went live during that one as it was sort of breaking, because all along we've been told, haven't we, from Sky and from everybody else. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep my eye on Sky Sports here because Vinny's outside Anfield again with an update. He's been there since 6:30 this morning. I know what it feels like, mate, but at least I'm nice and warm. And I've had a curry, so that was good. Anyway, regardless, I was trying to say that is kind of dragged on and stuff like that. And we thought we'd have had this one wrapped up. I thought I'd be sitting here today, I promise you, thinking that Liverpool would sign a defender as well. We've had not a sniff of anything on the centre-back front, but we've also had stress because of the Mo Salah stuff. This thing has been crazy, hasn't it? And I've got an article in front of me right now, and I don't know whether you can see this or not, but I am, mate, yeah. Al Ittihad aren't giving up on Mo Salah. Saudi side ready. 200 million world record offer for Liverpool after seeing £150 million deal turned down. And it was £100 million if you just joined us for the first time. I've been live about 600,000 times. Me and Dan have done this today. So if you are just joining us and you're just sort of catching up on events for the first time, we rejected the biggest offer that Liverpool have ever rejected for a player. It's the biggest offer Liverpool have ever received for a player. It dwarfed the Coutinho one just by a little bit. So it was £100 million plus sort of £50 million in add-ons. And then we readied ourselves for a £200 million bid for Mo Salah. In the midst of that, while that was happening, we were told that Paulinho to Bayern Munich was off, which when we'd been told by the Sky people and everyone else over the last couple of days, that meant that we wouldn't get Gravenberch. And I sat here and I did a show and we got pelters in the comments afterwards for being clickbait. When we went live, and this is the peril of doing these things live, that's exactly what happened. 10 minutes in, 15 minutes into the show, whatever, the news broke. It was Dave Lynch. He was the guy who said that actually it doesn't matter, and then other people started to follow suit and stuff like that. So thankfully that then allayed some of our fears, didn't it? Then we've had a couple of hours where we've been twiddling our thumbs. It's been quiet. Liverpool aren't doing any business. It's painful. What's going on? Will they, won't they type of thing. So to get those tweets from Fabrizio Romano just a few minutes ago now to say that it's done, it's signed, the stress is off, and we've got about 55 minutes there or thereabouts to relax and come up with what Liverpool are going to do in the announcement video. And I think, Dan, we were talking upstairs before, has absolutely nailed this one, to be honest, because Dan said straight away they're going to recreate the Liverpool shirt vid, aren't they, the photo, and I think that's exactly how Liverpool do announce this. Obviously, they always have something sneaky up the sleeve when it comes to announcing them. It doesn't look like Liverpool are going to get any more transfer business done, and that is a little bit disappointing for me. But Ryan Gravenberch, athletic, talented, young, under 21 player in terms of Premier League squad registrations, gives us that versatile sort of Swiss Army knife of a midfielder, gives us options, but then all the time I'm thinking about how good it would be to get Ryan Gravenberch and what Jurgen Klopp could, how he would mould him into the type of player that Liverpool need, and would we feel like he actually, would we know exactly, what player Ryan Gravenberch is under Jurgen Klopp? I don't think we do, because Jurgen's been able to mould players for what the team needs over the years, and you think about Trent Alexander-Arnold moulded from a midfielder into a right back, from a right back into an inverted right back. You think about Mane being moulded towards the end of his Liverpool career from a left winger to a centre forward. You think about Bobby Firmino as an attacking midfielder to a number 9. You think about Cody Gakpo as a left winger to a centre midfielder / forward. You think of Kurt Jones, who breaks through at left wing and plays in the middle. You think of Gini Wijnaldum, of course, who was a left winger and moulded into a midfielder for us, an industrious sort of 8 in a 3-man midfield. The Harvey Elliott, right winger to centre. So who is Ryan Gravenberch? Let's not judge him on the past. Let's judge him on what Jurgen makes him. Because Jurgen's got history of making players better. Jurgen's got history of getting the best out of players, and Jurgen's obviously got history of moving players around the football field, which is great if you're like me and you want to see what they can become. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. And you know what, Fidel Alexander, and I've forgotten all about that because he was our player of the year playing right winger. He went right winger, left winger, centre forward. So exactly what the team needs and when the team needs it, which is brilliant, isn't it? James Chan said Chris can't relax until the Saudi League window closes, which is like next Thursday or something. So yeah, there's no relaxation for me. I am going to have fun tomorrow though. I'm going out with a mate. We're going to get pissed, responsibly drunk in town. As we go and watch a battle rap event, which I can't wait for. I love handles. Quanta is the backup then, Chris? I suppose it must be. And here's where I am with the centre-back thing. When Nat Phillips went on loan to Celtic, I'm thinking, Liverpool are doing a centre-back here. They've got to do a centre-back here, haven't they? There's absolutely no chance Liverpool let Nat Phillips go on loan if they're not doing a centre-back. So I am surprised and a little bit peed off that Liverpool aren't going to get a centre-back in today. But it's crazy. I mean, Michaels wants to talk about Mo, and I think rightfully so. These offers for Mo will just keep climbing after our window closes. Yeah, you're probably right there, and that is tough to deal with because we won't be able to switch off until next Thursday, as I've already mentioned. We're getting into the realms of ridiculous money. It was already ridiculous money, but 200 million, world record transfer fee. It was 197, I think it was, for Neymar, wasn't it? Can Liverpool turn down £200 million? I want them to turn down £200 million. I just want them, I'll be honest, right? At this point now, having been here all day and seeing how it unfolds, I feel like I've been plugged into Twitter all day and I'm like proper stressed because of it and all that type of stuff. And this is actually the best part of it, where I get to talk to you guys rather than having to refresh Twitter and all those crap little dopamine hits that you're getting and all that type of stuff. I really feel like with Mo Salah, if Liverpool are going to do something, just agree a fee for next summer. Just agree it now. Naby Keita style. Just do that. I've said that all day. Just do it. Don't do it now. Don't sell Salah now. Because, listen, I know people don't like to talk about the finances of the club and it gets sort of a little bit, tense back and forth and all this FSG and all the money and all that type of stuff, right? But FSG will want 200 million quid. Of course they'll want 200 million quid, and Jurgen Klopp will want Mo Salah if he's not going to be able to spend 200 million quid. But equally, if you do a deal next summer for 100 million quid for Salah, yeah, it's not as much as what you got this year or what you got offered this year, but at least you get back in the Champions League because of Mo Salah. And that difference between winning the Europa League and what Liverpool got in the Champions League the last time we played in it, we got 120 million when we got to the final. sorry, not the last time we played, when we got to the final, in last season's finances, or the last accounts from Liverpool, we got about £120 million. West Ham, I think, got 38 million for winning the Europa League last season. That's huge. So even if you get 100 million next year and you get back into the Champions League and you're able to get another 100 million in revenues because of that, there's your 200 million. So why run the risk of not getting into the Champions League and having money in the bank when you could have Mo Salah, which gives you a better chance of getting into the Champions League? That's just how I think about it anyway. Tony Vanucci says, over the next 3 years, 200 million is worth more than Mo for a year. Not if you don't get in the Champions League. Because you can't spend the dough if you're not in the Champions League. That's the problem, isn't it? The players want to play, and it's not just 1 year and a bad year. It's 2 years out of the Champions League, and it's 2 years potentially of Newcastle in the Champions League, and a year with Tottenham probably playing good football and all that type of stuff. So I don't think it's as cut and dry, to be honest with you. Been waiting for you guys to go on. I need some positivity in my life. Any good news, Chris, says the devil? No, not really. No, I'm being serious. I'm jesting, of course, sorry. The good news is that Liverpool have turned down offers for Mo Salah. I think that's good news. There are people out there who disagree with me, and that is absolutely fine. And the good news is that Gravenberch is going to be announced at around about 10 o'clock. There has been a lot of talk about Bella Kotchup. Fuck off. It's been a long old day. Bella Kotchup, but he's going to PSV now. We know that by the sounds of things. It seemed like there was a little bit of a movement from Liverpool fans that they would want him. I would have liked a centre-half in, but it's a specific centre-half, and I don't think he's a left-sided centre-half, and I don't think he would have ticked the boxes. It would have just been a signing for the sake of a signing, that one. Listen, he might go on and be incredible, but if he can't play left-back and left-sided centre-half, I wouldn't have bothered, to be frank. So, yeah. It's not, by the way, Adam, but thank you. Mark's not going to lie, really did sting hearing all the talk about Champions League. Let's win this trophy, and then Klopp has won everything worth winning. The next year, go back and win the Premier League and the Champions League. I just never seem to register EPL as the Premier League. I just write PL. Exactly, positivity zone, he's right-footed. Absolutely, I'll be frank. They want now for Club World Cup, might not get money next summer. What? Sorry, mate, I don't understand. They won't now for... Is that Club World Cup? Might not get money. That's what I mean. Do the deal. Yeah, they're coming back, and I think that's the other thing here, is that I think Liverpool believe that the money on offer now is on offer for Mo Salah. Age is just a number for Mo. He's 31 years old now. But look what he's done. He shows no sign of slowing down in terms of goals and assists and all that, does he? You know, he might have lost a little yard of pace in that, in the proper slowing down terminology. But he's made it up here, and that's what the great ones do, isn't it? So for me, Mo Salah is going to be just as good next year as he is this year. And, you know, I think he'll be playing till he's 37, 38 years old at a high level. Maybe not at the very, very top, but 150 million next summer is, for me, better than 200 million on deadline day, or after deadline day, which is even worse. Liverpool have absolutely not given Al Ittihad any sort of encouragement, I don't think. And you know what's pissed me off all day is being on Sky Sports News and stuff, and having to hear them repeat the same line over and over and over again every half an hour about, we don't know where the encouragement's coming from. Is it Mo Salah? Is it the owners of Liverpool Football Club? Is it bullshit for you to keep people engaged? Because that's what it kind of sounds like to me. And you're pissing me off now, because you know what you're doing. You're just fanning the flames there in a fan base that is already taut at times over this summer, and you are putting it onto the owner, and you're putting it onto the player and all this type of stuff. Liverpool have come out and said how many times, we are not selling Mo Salah. The agent came out a month ago and said we wouldn't have signed the contract if Salah didn't want to be here. Now let's just hope and pray to whichever God is yours, and just to something else, if you don't believe in a God, that Mo stays at Liverpool, because that's what I think we all need now. All right, James Shine says they're still saying that now on Chris. I have Sky Sports on. Tyler Duke is right, Chris. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, it's just really frustrating. Patrick Coakley just says Sky Sports keep pushing this story. Trash reporters. Yeah, absolutely. Neil O'Callaghan, we're the poorest rich club in the world. How is it that we complain about high transfer fees when other top clubs have no problem buying players? The owners cling to FFP like it's gospel. This isn't something that I wholly disagree with, actually. It frustrates me as a fan that we do seem to have to draw blood from a stone when it comes to paying, big transfer fees, but also it is a point of pride that Liverpool do good business in the transfer market and won't be ripped off by teams. And, getting Szoboszlai and McAllister in for 105 million and adding Gravenberch to that for 34.2 million and getting a complete rebuild of midfielders in probably the window where midfielders cost the most money for 1 4/10 Declan Rice's or whatever. It's good, and I really truly believe that this rebuild of Liverpool's midfield has the potential to go somewhere special, and it needs a six. It needs a long-term six, and it might be that Endo's not good enough this season, and I keep getting people saying, you're being harsh on him. I'm just going in with an open mind. I'm not sitting here and telling you he's going to be amazing, because I don't know he's going to be amazing. I'm not sitting here and telling you he's going to be trash either, but I am sitting here and telling you that long term, Endo isn't the six. He can't be the six. That's all that I know. So I think Liverpool are going to go for Andre. I think Liverpool are going to go big for Andre. And when Liverpool announce Andre, I think this summer or the end of this summer transfer window will make more sense. But the elephant in the room of all this, of course, for me, is that we still haven't signed the centre-back. And that is something that Liverpool needed to do in this window. And whatever when the window slams shut, when you come round to grading this transfer window, you can look at the players that you've brought in, and they're A-star players, or grade A players probably, with potential and youth on their side and technical ability and engines and everything else that you've got. But we didn't solve all of our problems. And that, Neil, I think this is where you're going at, that's what Liverpool, they've made those mistakes before. Last transfer window in the summer, the one before we scraped in to the top four because of Alisson's goal, the centre-back year and all that type of stuff. We keep repeating the same mistakes, and that's where I get angry with the ownership, because you shouldn't repeat those mistakes, and yet it does feel like we are at times repeating those mistakes. Robin Hood says, agreed, do the deal at 150 for next summer, or we lose Salah for nothing a year later. He won't sign another contract with us when he's offered £1.5 million per week. And yeah, the £1.5 million per week is absolutely astronomical. It's ridiculous, isn't it? There's just no, it's just mental. I mean, I can't actually fathom that. We are now, what are we looking at here? I mean, it's higher than like Lewis Hamilton. I think he's on 50 million a year or something like that. It's blitz that out the water. It's crazy. Adrian Lawford says, hi mate, I've seen a tweet from Indy Kayla saying big news at 10 regarding Salah, not allowed to broadcast till then. Thoughts, your ace, by the way. Oh, thank you, Adrian, that's very nice of you. I didn't read that before I put that on the screen. I shouldn't really tell people that, but we are where we are, and it is very late, and I've been here for a long time, as has Dan, as has Aaron now, or is getting to, and the other lads that have helped us out through the day. Tom, of course, was incredible earlier on. Okay, so let me bring that one back up, because I've completely forgotten what it was talking about. I really like Indy Kayla. I've met him. I would hazard a guess that that's nonsense, to be honest. Just saying, like. James and Chris, would you sell Mbappe for 200 million and would you sell Salah for 200 million, go for Mbappe? There's no chance that he's coming to us, but I would maybe sound out a little loan deal for a year. But he's not. This is the thing. He's still not a right winger. You've got to go for the lad with the 2Ks, if that's what you're looking for. But I'm not sure, man. Alviso, thanks for all your work up the Reds. I hope we can have a good season, support the new signings and the rest. Thank you so much for the super chat. The love has been felt all day today from everybody who's joined us. Hawks, thank you, Hawks, for joining us. Sky Sports can stick its yellow journalism up its arse. 100 million next summer, but no way we can let him go now. If FSG do let him go, They'll unite the world of Reds against them, but hopefully a great season ahead. Yeah, absolutely echo all of that, Hawks. I think it's absolutely spot on. I agree with that completely, and I've not really considered the FSG thing and what that would do, but it would. And I have felt this summer more than any other, you know, the FSG out movement, it has gained pace. And I don't think it's, you know, about Twitter or online fans and all this type of stuff. I am talking to more and more people in and around the city, because everyone who comes and says hello to me wants to talk football. Of course they do, if they know who I am, which is normally the only people that come and speak to me. And more people are unhappy with the ownership at Liverpool. And, you know, I've gone on record myself over the last sort of 9, 10, 11, 12 months and said I think FSG have kind of taken us as far as we possibly can with the model that they're currently employing. And I think more and more people are getting more and more angry and wound up about it, just like Neil was earlier on, Neil O'Callaghan, about us not spending big money. And, you know, it's great that we all understand the reasons, but at some point you've kind of got to... What? Yeah? Okay. Okay. You kind of got something to go on. Sorry, I've completely lost my trail of thought there. Yeah, I completely lost it. That was it. Obviously, more and more people are just getting more and more pissed off with the ownership of Liverpool, and I don't blame them, to be honest with you. It's frustrating watching a squad chock full of world-class players being hamstrung at the start of seasons because we weren't able to get everything that we needed through the door. And what's really annoying now, I think, is the Saudi Arabian clubs, the PIF clubs specifically, being able to come in and bully us in the way that we've bullied other teams. Like, we're not used to it as fans. We've been at the top for a few years now, and we have grown comfortable. And used to the fact that when Liverpool come calling, the player normally decides to go to us. And that's why the Chelsea stuff hurt me personally. We're a bigger, better side, and yet players chose Chelsea. Now, ordinarily, I could totally understand if they wanted to choose Chelsea because they had Champions League money, but they didn't. It was a money thing. Fine, move on. The Saudi Arabian stuff, though, isn't a Champions League thing. And they're only considering leaving Liverpool because we made mistakes last summer and because we were shit and we didn't make it into the Champions League. But hopefully Gravenberch changes all of that. I can't be too down on it. We got Captain Chaos, Darwin Núñez. All is fine, says Luis Enrique Landa. Thank you very much. Ooh, one of my favourite cyclists was Alanda. Really liked him. Okay, that was all I've got there, to be honest with you. Let's see. Cameron Tilly, what hurts is choosing Chelsea for history? History! Yeah, I agreed. Enzo, Mark 2. We still need right back cover for Trent. Completely agree. Lavia preference was Liverpool, but agent pushed Chelsea, says Charles Reynolds. Well, he's an idiot if he's listening to his agent. Right, okay. I think we should probably wrap that up there. And the reason is, I think I'm going to be back in about 20 minutes' time with some kind of mad announcement. Well, maybe it's closer to 10 o'clock, but keep your eyes peeled over here. Because we are going to be announcing Ryan Gravenberch very, very soon. And I can't wait to do it, to be quite honest with you, because it's been a long time coming today. I don't know how many streams we've done now. Mikel Landa wasn't half as good as people thought. He was good when there was no pressure and everyone else was knackered in the theory. Wout Poels was always better. Oh, Wout Poels is fucking brilliant, mate. Absolutely love him as well. Like, I mean, when I say favourite, I mean one of my top 10. I just like the way he cycles. Anyway, it is what it is. We're going to need to move on because I'll be back in a few minutes' time. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very, very much for being here all day with us today. We've just put a brand new show out over on Redmen Plus. We've got an expert insight with Toby Altshuffle, and we've got Ryan Babel talking about Ryan Gravenberch as well. We've also done a Redmen Reacts yesterday and all kinds of other things. If you want to get a full year of Redmen content, Redmen Plus content, about thousands of hours it will end up being over the course of the year, use the code Ryan for 50% off your yearly captain subscription. So get over to redmenplus.com, sign up, use the code Ryan. You'll get thousands of hours of entertainment for just $34.99. It's payday. I know you can do it. Get on it. See you soon. Ta.
Hey, thank you so much for watching the show. You're amazing. And if you want to signify your legendary status, then head over to redmenplus.com. Join as a legend tier subscriber. Not only you get all of the great video and podcast content, you'll also be entered into our monthly prize draw for great signed Liverpool gear, and you'll get access to our Discord as well, full of amazing Liverpool supporting human beings. Head to redmenplus.com and join as a legend tier today.